I'm fucking in and you're fucking out. Now get the fuck out of my chair.
I don't like it when people sit in my chair. How many times do you somebody sits in your chair and you go to sit down and it's still warm? That's annoying and gross. I'm feeling their butt heat. Don't like that. Don't like that. Yeah, listen, that's what we're starting the show with, is talking about butt heat. Don't like it. Don't like it. It's dumb when you think about it that something like that would bother me, but here we are. We're talking about it. Or I'm talking about it, and you're sitting there going, I, I don't know, Dub. I kind of like somebody else's butt heat. Yeah, if it's a lady, sure. Or if you're a dude that likes dudes, I get it. But if it's somebody that it's just like a friend, like, I don't want to feel his butt heat. I don't. Not into it. Not feeling the vibe, okay? Anyway. Woo! I was honestly looking through my sound bites. I was like, what can I start the show off with? Then I saw the Kenny Powers. You know, what a great show that was. Eastbound and Down. Is that what it was called? I think it was on HBO or Max or whatever it's called now, where he was the former baseball pitcher, threw some nasty heat, and he just had the mouth of a sailor. Loved it.
I'm fucking in and you're fucking out. Now get the fuck out of my chair.
Yeah, Kenny doesn't like butt heat either. I'm just saying. Just saying. Especially if the person that is sitting in your chair shouldn't have been sitting in your chair, and then they get up because they see you coming back, and you're anticipating it. You're just like, oh, God damn it. It's going to be warm. And then you sit down and you're like, no. Why? God, why? What have you done, you sick son of a bitch? Anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. A lot to get into in today's show. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well, whether you're watching or listening. Remember, today's show is brought to you by Roof Goat USA. You got to go with the GOAT. If you're having roof issues or even fence issues, go with the GOAT, Roof Goat USA, as well as Bet Online. They're sponsoring the show as well. Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for betting on all the madness. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, Bet Online is your ultimate game day companion. They got the largest selection of odds on everything from college basketball to a $200,000 bracket contest. Bet Online continues to be your number one sports betting source. From every Cinderella story to every hat trick, Bet Online has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. Go to betonline.ag right now to see what I'm talking about. It's Bet Online. The game starts here. Speaking of starting, let's go ahead and do it. Let's jump into those headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
I am surprised. I don't understand why people would do this, but here we are again. This time, this is a good sized animal that some dude shoved down his pants to try to, take it across a border. Oh, yeah, that's where we're going, folks. That's where we're going. A man was found with a live turtle concealed in his pants by TSA at a New Jersey airport. TSA officer then conducted a pat down of the man and determined there was something concealed in his growing area of his pants. When questioned further, the man reached into his pants and pulled out his turtle. Oh, look at this there, fella. It's looking at you. Hello, say hello to my turtle. Anyway, the man reached into his pants and pulled out the turtle, which, by the way, it's not like it's a small turtle. It's about 5 inches long. That's a good-sized turtle to shove down your pants. He was feeling good, too, at one point as he's walking around with a turtle in his groin. People are like, dang, that dude's packing some heat. Look at him. Turns out it was just a freaking turtle. Hopefully not a snapping turtle, because that would be dumb. That thing, snapping turtles are nasty. Nasty. My goodness. Let's see. Yeah, he basically shoved it down there and wrapped it in a small blue towel. Now, before the guy actually pulled it out, he was quoted saying,
I've got a turtle head poking out.
"Oh my God. Listen, you people that try to smuggle animals, it's usually dudes, right? They're like, nobody's gonna know. I'm just gonna shove it down the front end of my pants. People will just think I have a giant schlong. Yeah, guess what? Everybody knows it's not that big. And if it is that big, good for you. But chances are, we've done the math. Most likely, you don't have a 7-pound hog. Okay, that's what we're saying here. God, people are dumb. It's a turtle. Think about a 5-inch long turtle. So you got head to tail or head to the end of the shell. Then you have the girth or whatever of the shell itself. I mean, that's a lot of space. And then you're just going to shove it down the front end of your pants and nobody's going to notice? Come on, dude. Especially when it starts moving its head about. Could you imagine? You're sitting down, the dude's standing up, waiting to get in line, and you're just like, and then you happen to see something moving out of the corner of your eye, and then you see the dude's what you're thinking is his junk just moving around, checking out what's all around him. That's so stupid. But we've talked about this before. There's people that shove snakes down there, spiders, tarantulas. The tarantulas and scorpions and stuff like that. People are always shoving things down their pants and trying to go through the airport so they can smuggle them into another area. I don't know where this guy was headed. Well, obviously, he was in New Jersey trying to go somewhere. Come on, man. That was the only thing in there, too. It was one turtle. One turtle. Must have been a special turtle. Maybe he fell in love. He was on vacation in New Jersey. Because who doesn't go to New Jersey on vacation? He found a turtle, fell in love, like so many do, and then he tried to bring the turtle back to wherever he lives, like, I don't know, Pennsylvania or something, and then he was going to get married. It's a tale as old as time. God, people are weird. This is gross. It's not the end of the world, but it's gross. Okay. The rinsing and reusing of paper cups at one of the Brighton half marathons. This is over in the UK. Water stations. They basically, one of the water stations, they're like, we're going to run out of cups, so let's just rinse them and reuse them. Has led to an apology being issued by the organizers. The decision to rinse and reuse the cups when new ones ran out during Sunday's event has been described as an error in judgment. Also, what a boring way to get herpes. It's fun. That might be funnier to me. I'm just saying, because I just like, how'd you get that sore on your lip? I don't know. I haven't done anything. The only thing I've done out of the ordinary is run that marathon. Ooh, awkward. How lazy are people? What's funny is the organizers say they're going to be speaking to the volunteers that were involved. That's your problem. If you have volunteers at a station, which I get, I mean, you get what you pay for. You're not going to be able to pay for everybody, for a representative that's actually getting paid at every booth along the way. But I mean, that there's also the point of who stocked the table. They should have had enough cups ready to go and told them, hey, if you're gonna run out of cups, you need to let us know. Get on the old walkie-talkie. Breaker 49. We're running out of cups in the Eastern District. Oh my God, let's get over there. Right? They could have. That's just people being lazy. Is it the end of the world? No. But you know how some people are. People freak out over everything. Especially coming out of the pandemic. There's some people that are a lot more hypersensitive to that. I've already slipped back into my old disgusting ways. Listen, if you and I are hanging out and you're like, dude, Duff, you got to try this beer or whatever, I'll be like, okay, and then I'll drink part of your beer. The alcohol will kill anything, right? Come on. Yeah, but I'd be pissed off. I would be freaking out if I ran that marathon. I'd be freaking out for, I don't know, a couple months because like anytime I get like a sore in my mouth, I'd be like, God damn it. Honey, I swear to God, it's from running the marathon. I swear to shit. Air India asked passengers to stop flushing clothes down the plane toilets. Why are you flushing your clothes down the toilets? Maybe they're soiling themselves. I don't know. Air India AI 126 was about 5 hours into its flight from Chicago to Delhi last Wednesday when the decision was made to return to Chicago as a result of 8 of their 12 clogged toilets. First of all, they have 12 fucking toilets on that flight. That's impressive. That must be a big. Well, it's an international plane, so it needs to be big. But 8 of them? 8. What are you guys eating? That's the only thing I can think of. I know a couple guys that have admitted this to me, that they've gone on road trips and they accidentally soiled themselves when they're trying to push out a fart, right? Ladies, come on, don't act like you've never done it or almost done it, okay? I've never done it, almost done it. Almost done it. But I know these 2 guys. One guy in particular told me he was on a road trip with his wife. He does that, and he's like freaking out. And they pull into a McDonald's, restaurant. He runs to the bathroom and he cleans himself up, and he just left the soiled underwear in the trash can. That's better than trying to flush it down the drain. That's what is going on with these passengers. They're just like, there's the fact that there's 8 of them, 8 toilets clogged. That's a problem. Once the plane landed, workers discovered the clogs had been caused by flushed items, including plastic bags, rags, and clothing items. That's just unacceptable. You can't be doing that. It's not like new technology, guys, as I kick the camera. It's not new technology to, use a toilet. You're like, oh, you can't flush a winter coat down there? Huh? Well, we're not going to be needing it where we're headed. Come on. Ugh. I've said this before. Plumbers out there, the stuff that you guys have to deal with on a regular basis blows my mind, because there's been times where I've had to fix stuff around my house, like say simple piping. And I'm thinking, there's a moment where I'm like, oh, I would like to learn more about being a plumber. And you know what? That wouldn't be a bad career choice. Then I think about it more and more. It's not just sweating pipes, guys. It's not just, fixing a sink here and there. It's dealing with literal feces and crawling under disgusting, unkept, crawl spaces or whatever, and dealing with snakes and rodents and like, ugh, no. Plumbers, I tip my cap to you. It's a disgusting job. Very underappreciated. Very underappreciated. No wonder you guys gouge us. Well, all right, we just unclogged your main line or whatever, your sink line, and blah 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 blah. That's gonna be $957. Oh, sorry, I forgot to add this in there. $1,200. Oh, fuck. No, don't like it. Don't like it. You know what I do like, though, is if you have roof repairs or fence repairs, you got to go with the GOAT. These guys are amazing. These guys aren't going to make you feel dirty afterwards. They are the GOAT for a reason. Fence goats, roof goats, all that stuff. Okay. They're the goats of everything. Who am I talking about? Roof Goat USA. They're teamed up with Fence Goat LLC, and they're here for you. They've been in business for 23 years. They know what the heck they're talking about. They understand the headaches that comes with fixing a roof and fixing a fence, and they're all about making sure that you have a great experience. Whether it's a repair, replacement, insurance claims, Roof Goat USA's experienced professionals are committed to delivering reliable and durable solutions. They prioritize the safety and comfort of your family, ensuring that your home is well protected against all the elements. For all your roofing and fencing needs, you got to contact the GOAT. Text Eric. Are we saying that Eric is like one of the head goats? What is the head goat called? I don't know. He's a big goat. Okay. Look at that guy. He is a goat. Hello. 303-495-4630. Again, text Eric 303-495-4630. He's extremely fast on responding to your text. Roof Goat USA, they're the leader in residential roofing applications. They're committed to quality, excellence, and they're ensuring that your home is protected with the best roofing solutions available. Trust them to deliver unmatched service and superior craftsmanship that stands the test of time. You know what? They put a guarantee on it. They guarantee their work 30 years of coverage from install date. That's materials, labor for 30 years from date of install. Again, text Eric 303-495-4630, 303-495-4630. Experience the Roof Goat USA difference today. We were just talking about the Bambi, the Reckoning. They're making it a horror movie because the rights expired. We last year were talking about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, because Winnie the Pooh's rights expired last year. Well, another one's expired, and they're already hopping up on making a movie about it. This is so dumb. Why are they only doing horror movies? Make it a comedy. Come on, put in some effort. Put in some effort on a good script. Maybe get some good actors. Popeye the Slayer Man, not Popeye the Sailor Man. It's a new horror movie. It's going to be released on March 21st of this year. I don't know. He's mad because somebody messed with his girl. I don't know. But there's a scene where he's ripping people's faces and about to pop some guy's head like Game of Thrones style. Come on. I'm just asking. Listen, you don't even hear about the porn industry, taking a crack at these things. I don't know why they're not, but I mean, that would be better. Let's see, Popeye, the Banging Man. I don't know. That sounds good. I'll star in that movie. That's right, Connery. You could be. You'd be the lead role. Hello, I'm Connery. Excuse me, I'm Popeye, and I'm here to bang your mother. Oh, wow. That's fun. But why is it always horror movies? We literally were just talking about the stupid Bambi thing last week. And now they're doing Popeye. And it's funny too, because I'm watching the trailer and the makeup or whatever, the masks and stuff like that they put on the dude playing Popeye. It's so terrible. It looks like something I would do. Not that good, basically, is what I'm saying. Come on. come on. What if it was a raunchy comedy or a rom-com? Something, you know, going back to the Bambi. What if it's Forbidden Love? Him and Thumper. For some reason, I have a little Thumper toy that when I was a kid, I must have got it from like McDonald's or something in a Happy Meal. Back in the day when they used to give kind of cool toys in Happy Meals. Now that they're kind of shit. But for some reason, Thumper's behind me. Chewing on his carrot, thinking about Bambi. I'm just saying, a Forbidden Love rom-com, there you go. Okay? Listen, I just wrote a movie. There you go. It's better than all these horror movies. Gee, well, I don't know if it's any better. A bunny banging a deer? I don't know. That's how they come up with the jackalope? That's how it happens. Oh my goodness. Then that one turns into a horror movie. How about that? There you go. The spawn of Bambi and Thumper is the jackalope who goes around murdering people. There we go. Wow. Good stuff. Before we get into sports, there's this headline that says, "My bathroom divorce saved my marriage. My husband is disgusting, but now I have toilet nirvana." So what they're doing is they have separate toilets. One bathroom's for her, one bathroom's for him, because she claims that he's disgusting. Oh, I'm sure she's not disgusting at all. Usually the people that think other people are disgusting or everybody else is rude, those are the people that are rude. Those are the people that are disgusting themselves. Okay. He's probably, oh yeah, I'm real disgusting. I'll get my own bathroom. And he's just sitting in there. Thank God I don't have to share a bathroom with that nasty, nasty woman anymore. He's sitting there looking at her bathroom.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. That's nasty.
That's nasty. By the way, how much time are you spending in the bathroom where it's that big of a deal? And if he's that gross, give him an ultimatum. Be like, either clean up after yourself. I mean, what is he doing? Rubbing feces on the wall? Is that what it is? Pissing all over the floor? Tell him to clean it up. If he doesn't do it, divorce his ass. Come on, it's pretty simple. If he's that disgusting, divorce him. Right? Or are you just being a snotty bitch? Is that what's happening? I feel like if I sat there and listened to her side of the story, she goes on and on and on about he's disgusting. He doesn't do this. Blah, 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 blah. Guess what my inner monologue's going to be saying? What a bitch. Yes. That's what's going to be rolling around in my noggin. Then I'm going to look at the guy and I'm going to whisper to him,
"This is fucked."
Right. I can understand why couples would want to sleep in separate rooms. There's nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people do that. I tend to snore, especially if I get this time of year. I always get the sinus infections because of allergies and stuff like that. Again, not necessarily what you would call a prize, okay? I get allergies really bad. My joints are all jacked up. I have a messed up hip, blah, 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 blah. Okay, not a prize. So this time of year, I tend to snore more, and it's got to be annoying for my wife. So I could understand where if we had the extra room where I go to my room and sleep, I think it would benefit everybody. Everybody would sleep better. So I don't see the problem in that. The toilet thing's a little weird to me. It sounds like she's trying to paint the picture that he is like the most disgusting human being on the planet, which he might be. He might be. But if that's the case, get him some fucking help and make him clean up after himself all the time. I keep kicking my camera. What is wrong with me? I just got a new ring light last week. I'm going to break it. I have this problem where I'm constantly fidgeting. I'm moving constantly. I'm always sticking my legs out. Not as bad as I used to be. But then it's just like I'm kicking something. Kicky. I'm very kicky right now. Anyway, let's jump into some sports.
Going deep, tight ends and long balls.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
Oh, gross!
It's sports with the Huff.
You know, Altitude or Cronky Sports just made that deal with Comcast where they officially essentially buried the hatchet, agreed on some terms. So if you're with Comcast, you can now opt to pay in to watch Altitude and watch the Denver Nuggets play as well as the Colorado Avalanche play. It's a big deal. They were basically blacked out on the Comcast packages. You couldn't watch the Nuggets or Avs. I want to say it was like, 4 years, 5 years, something like that. It was a significant amount of time. It was a joke. It was a joke. And they finally buried the hatchet a couple months ago. So we had just talked about it yesterday, I believe, when Nathan MacKinnon reached that big milestone of getting his 1,000th point. Well, here's what happened during the broadcast on Comcast. They had a technical error and it blacked out. Nobody saw it if you had Comcast. How does that happen? Hold on. I forgot to pull up their apology letter. But it's like, dude, that's a joke. A joke. Where's it at? Come on, give me the latest. It's so... That's embarrassing. Here, I'll just go to this website real quick. Hopefully nothing bleeds through. Yeah, it was only on Xfinity. So if you had Xfinity and you're watching it, you're like, this is great. Nathan MacKinnon, Kid Dynamite. Fuck. Shit. What? No. Are you? Yeah, 5+ years that they were having issues. And then they come back and then they whatever. This goddamn my internet is horseshit. But regardless, they fucked up. It's a big moment, especially if you're an Avalanche fan, and they just shit the bed, and you didn't get to see it. Now, obviously, you can see it on the replay and whatever. But come on, man, get your shit straight. It was a technical error. I get it. Those things happen. But as just another bad look. I told you before, the whole pissing match between Comcast and Altitude were 5 years of them not reaching agreement. That was on Altitude. That was not on Comcast. Comcast is the giant dog in the room, and Altitude was this little tick trying to jump up on the dog and saying, give me equal attention. Like, come on. And now they do this shit. Altitude, get your shit straight. Pay people, pay good people to do the jobs. Because apparently somebody fucked up. Whether it's bad training or shit equipment, I don't know. Either way, get your shit straight. That's embarrassing. Speaking of embarrassing, MLB has a really lame theme of hats out right now. it's where it says, like, say, Rockies across the head of the hat where your forehead is, but in the middle, in the direct middle of those letters is the logo. And it's just it's I get that they're trying to be creative, but it just looks dumb. Why am I bringing that up? Because this is what happens when, again, when you don't pay people, good people, to do the job. This is why we always have to, if you're in management, why you have to double check people's work. Because you got a bunch of morons doing shit and doing a half-assed job. There's two hats that I'm going to talk about. There's the Texas Rangers hat. It says Texas, and then they have the T logo for the Rangers right in the middle of Texas. So it's blocking out, because it's bigger than the Texas font, the T is. It's blocking out the X in Texas. So it says titas, which in Spanish means tits. Okay? I had to look that up just to verify. It is. Okay? How do you miss that? How do you miss that? You have a hat that says tits on it. First of all, I've never wanted to buy a Texas hat so badly. That's awesome. And they freaked out. They pulled it from most of the shelves. I know that there's some people out there claiming that you can buy it. I don't know if I would trust that, but how fucking stupid. Then I'm like looking at all the other team hats, and nobody's really talking about this one, but this one's pretty bad too. The Astros. So obviously it says Astros in the back. This is how they designed this one. Astros. And in the middle is the star with an H. So this is what it says. It says assholes. I think that one's funnier than the tits. So whether you're a tits guy or maybe you're just an asshole, you can get a hat. I kind of want the asshole one, and nobody's talking about that one. What the fuck is going on in Texas? Apparently that whoever's approving the hats out there are complete morons. And it's funny, my buddy Seth Everett sent me a message. He's all, did you see the hat last year from the Oakland A's or the A's? And I didn't realize it. It says that they're trying to be fancy. And it says ass. It literally says A''SS. That was sold at MLB.com. How do you guys let that go by? Here's the thing. With an entity this big, you know that there's multiple people signing off on this. How does that happen? And if for some reason there's not multiple people signing off on this, I would expect going forward that ends up being like a 5-person process. Holy cow. You got an ass hat, then the following year, you got a tits hat, and then you got an ass hose hat. I want the ass hose hat so bad. So bad. Ass hose. I don't even like the Astros, but I want ass hose. It says ASHOS. I mean, come on, but everybody's going to read that as ass hose. Then titas. Come on. Tits. How do you not notice that? That and going back to it, it's just a dumb design. Even if it doesn't say something funny, it's just a poor design. where they're just like, I don't know, let's just do this. Okay, cool. It doesn't look good. It's not artistic. It's just shit. They're shit designs. It's like, oh, what do I do with the logo? Do we need to put the logo on there? Yeah, put the logo on there somewhere. Okay, how about right over here? Joking around. That's great. Let's do it. Oh man, I was just fucking around. Okay. Stupid idiots. So dumb. The West Virginia head coach, Rich Rodriguez, has banned TikTok dancing for his players because he doesn't want it to be a distraction. I get that. Let's hear from the coach himself.
Try to have a hard edge, whatever, and you're in there, in your tights, dancing on TikTok. Ain't quite the image of our program that I want. But I told the team today, I said, everything today is about trying to make everybody individual. It's all about the individual. And I said, football is one of the last things that was got to be more about the team than the individual. And so I banned dancing on TikTok. I guess I did that. But anything that doesn't look like our program should look, I think it's just like, come on. Really? And I'm allowed to do that, I guess. I can have rules. Now, when they, like I said, 20 years from now, they want to be sitting in their pajamas in the basement, eating Cheetos and watching TikTok or whatever the hell, they can go at it. Smoking cannabis, whatever. Knock yourself out. But, the hope or focus can be on winning football games. How about let's win the football game and not worry about winning the TikTok?
Listen, there's a lot in there. One, I agree, focus on your job and not making dumb videos. That being said, talk about sounding like a total boomer. Focus on winning the football game, not winning the TikTok. I like that he said that, though, in all honesty. I think there's too many, and really a lot of that spotlight on players doing, social media and stuff like that. A lot of that was caused by, let's say, Shedeur Sanders and his teammates with the CU Buffs. But that being said, I don't think they did it as bad as people think they did. But with them having the Sanders name, everybody's, focused on them. But that being said, I agree with what he's saying. Focus on your job. Get your job done. Win the game. When you're all done with this, whether it's the off season or you're just done with football in general, do what you want. But when you're here, you follow the rules. When you're here, I don't want you dealing with that nonsense right now. That's a distraction. That's making it so you're not focused on the task at hand. The task at hand is winning football games, not seeing how many views you can get on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. It sounds very old man when you say it, but the point is there's a difference between a championship mentality and somebody that is just wanting to go out there and be successful for themselves. We played that Cam Newton sound a few weeks back where he's talking about how he wouldn't trade his MVP for a Super Bowl ring because he knows that he did his part. It's not his fault. Everybody else was trash. You can go find that video on my Facebook page. Just facebook.com/DeHuffPodcast. You'll have to scroll down a little bit. But it's ridiculous. There's a lot of, it's the me mentality instead of the we mentality. Whether it's sports or not, you need to be thinking about the team. If you're part of a work environment, you need to be thinking about the team, not only about yourself. Yes, you can have some thoughts about yourself and protecting yourselves at times and promoting yourselves at times. That's fine. I understand that. But you got to remember what's going to better the team. That's all he's saying. If you're sitting there distracting yourself and your teammates from doing the task at hand, and that task is to be better at football and winning football games, as well as continuing, since you're in college, to continuing to get good grades so you can be eligible to play. If you're being distracted by making dumb fucking videos, then get the fuck off the team. It's going to be interesting if he ends up benching guys because they're doing shit like that. You know, they're imagine if you got benched or kicked off the team because you made a dumb stupid TikTok video. I mean, he's being honest about it. He'd be like, listen, don't do that. Don't do that. If you do it, there's a problem. If you don't do that, there's no problem. Fucking people, man. Oh my God. I was texting my wife. I was like, what's one of those dance movies? I don't remember those. She's all Footloose. Then I was like, forget Footloose. Forget Footloose. Dirty Dancing.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Don't put baby in the corner, god damn it.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Nobody. Nobody. Patrick Swayze was the man. Roadhouse, that was a great movie. I had never seen Roadhouse until about, say, 10 years ago. And one of my buddies was just like, you need to watch that. It is such a great movie. Watched it. I'm like, insanely good. I like the new one with Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is kind of annoying the way he's walking around. He's like, who's here to get fucked up by me? Give me a point, and I'm going to beat the shit out of everybody. That's what he sounds like. That's not an exaggeration. I bet if you lined up the audio with me saying something and Conor McGregor saying something, people would be like, I don't know. I have no idea. Who's who? My name's Conor McGregor. I like to eat me Lucky Charms and whoop some ass. That's probably an actual quote from him. Okay? I might be firing this off from my computer. You don't know. My favorite podcast is The Huff Uncensored. That guy gets me. He makes me feel silly in me tummy. That's a real quote, allegedly, from Conor McGregor. Possibly. It's probably not. Probably not. Conor McGregor's listen. Oh, that sounds just like me. Oh, that guy, he's amazing. Oh. Good times. Anytime I can bring out Irish to Huff, that's a good thing. They're always after me Lucky Charms. I used to, basically, on the radio station, anytime there'd be somebody from France, they'd be like, let's go to Frenchie de Huff. And I'd be like, hello there. I am Frenchie de Huff, and I am here at the French Open. First of all, I will be making some crepes and then watching some tennis. Some shit like that. Obviously, Australia de Huff or Aussie de Huff. Hey, guys, I'm down here in Sydney, and I'm listening for the kookaburra. It's a beautiful bird. Stuff like that. And, I'm trying to think. Mama de Huff. Hi, honey. How are you? Oh, you look amazing. Why are you looking at me? Who are you? Sorry, there's a windman staring at me, honey. I'm trying to think of just other random things. Obviously, Connery. You got Cowboy. Like, hey, everybody, I'm Cowboy de Huff. Guess what? I'm all balls in these jeans. Stuff like that. It's so dumb. Anytime there was a character, you just be like, blah, 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 de Huff. We weren't being very creative about that. I had somebody message me. I think his name is Colin, and I apologize if I'm if I'm saying your name wrong. I'm remembering off the top of my head. But he was sending me a direct message on Instagram at the Huff Podcast. And he's just like, dude, my kids were bringing up Stokely DeHuff, your Stokely DeHuff voice the other day. And it's still hilarious to me. And I'm like, oh, that's funny because, first of all, it sounds nothing like him. Like, I'm a raging Cajun. Look at me. I'm hotter than a red pepper. It sounds nothing like Brandon Stokely, who has a Cajun accent. Sounds nothing like him. But hey, I think that's funnier, though, if you kind of veer off. Everybody's going to try to do, like, say, Christopher Walken. Guys, I'm here. I'm doing the podcast. And there's things I want to shove up my ass. But like, if you do that, like if Christopher Walken was in front of me, he's probably going to be, if I said, hey, I do a mean Christopher Walken voice. Would you mind if I did it for you? I mean, I do a good voice of you. And he's like, absolutely. And then that's a terrible Christopher Walken. But then I'm like, hey, everybody, I'm Christopher Walken. How are you? Hello. It sounds nothing like him. I think that would be funnier, right? Instead of being like super accurate, why not go the other direction? Like my Peyton Manning voice. Ready? Peyton Manning. Oh, hi, guys. I'm Peyton Manning. How are you? I go throw touchdowns. That sounds nothing like him. Zip, zero, zilch. Okay? But you know what? You do that, I think that's funnier. Next time you're at a party, and, you know, you're gathered around and maybe somebody's saying they do a funny impression or somebody accidentally slips into an impression, be like, oh, I do a mean, pick your celebrity. Me, be like, oh, I can't wait. And then you kind of, hold on one second. Got to get in the right mood. All right, ready? Here is my, George W. Bush. Hey, everybody, I'm George W. Bush. Woohoo! And people are going to be like, that sounds nothing like him. Oh, really? Oh, really? Really? Come on, that's funny. You're welcome. I just gave you some material for your next outing, whether you're at a dinner party or just a regular party, whatever. I don't know. Birthday parties, maybe go to to a kid's party. Shove the clown down to the ground and take his microphone and say, I'm here, I'm taking over. And then you just give shitty impressions. Oh my God, that would be great. All right, now I'm going to do Donald Trump. Ready? Elon, get off my nuts. Sorry. Anyway, you guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Hopefully you laughed a little bit in this episode. That's what we're all about. Thanks for making this the #1 comedy podcast in the state of Colorado. And you know what? It's seeping beyond. I got a bunch of new listeners out in Michigan. That's how they said that they like to call it, just for fun, for shits and giggles, I assume. Michigan. Got a bunch of people out in Texas, South Carolina, North Carolina as well. I don't know if that's the same people just going back and forth. Who knows? Obviously, a ton of people listening to this show, and it's fun. It's exciting. So help spread the word. A lot of people up in New York, too. Hey, I'm from New York. That's terrible. Terrible impression. I apologize. Well, now they're going to beat me up next time they see me. Hey, you did a terrible New York accent. I'm going to beat your ass. Oh, man. Stupid New Yorkers. Am I right? Right. Anyway, you guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Click on the like button if you could, please. Thanks to Roof Goat USA as well as Bet Online. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.